Lawmakers say property tax reform is a priority this session. A group of senators has introduced a bill aimed at addressing this. Sophia Gernander joins us in the newsroom with more details.
Rachel, this proposal would cap property valuation assessments at 3%, but Sedgwick County says this would not fix the issue, that it violates the Kansas Constitution, and while it would cut taxes for some homeowners, it would end up raising taxes for others.
Kansas homeowners have made it clear they want lower property taxes, and Kansas legislators agree. They've introduced a bill that will cap property valuation assessment at 3%.
That capped assessment value is transferred to the buyer.
Sedgwick County Commissioner Jim Howell believes the bill violates the Kansas Constitution, which mandates that the state has to classify properties on a uniform and equal basis.
What people don't understand, and this is alarming, is that if we did the same tax levy increase, over 83,000 of those over 161,000 properties actually have a new higher tax increase that they would not have had.
Howell says he understands why homeowners are frustrated, but he says the county provides over 60 services, and property taxes are one of the few options to pay for that.
The public defender's office, it goes on, forensic science. They're trying to solve, bad crimes that have happened in our community. How does that get done? Well, property taxpayers pay for that.
Howell says the county is looking at options to improve the burden on homeowners. One of those options, if you believe your home is being unfairly assessed, the county could take your case to the Board of Tax Appeals.
It's a little bit expensive to start the process, but the taxpayers deserve this option.
And Howell is calling on Kansas lawmakers to amend the bill so that it doesn't unfairly affect Kansas homeowners.
Whatever solution we want to focus on as a way to solve the frustration of taxpayers, it comes down to fairness, education, and making sure we don't violate our Kansas Constitution.
The proposed Senate bill has been assigned to the Committee on Taxation. That committee is set to discuss the bill next Tuesday.